Good morning, everyone. Happy Coffee Talk Tuesday. Today, we're talking about hyper-targeted holiday Facebook ads. It's that time of year that everyone's going to start looking for holiday gifts and things like that. So we are pushing a lot of ads on our present clients. So I wanted to give you guys a couple tips and tricks that if you're going to run ads, you should keep in mind. So make sure you stay till the end because we do have a little special offer that we're going to be giving to everybody. So make sure that you stick through to the end. So Coffee Talk Tuesday, holiday hyper-targeted Facebook ads. So we've talked about Facebook ads quite a lot recently. And that's because it's really, really difficult to get organic reach on these social platforms. It's become increasingly difficult over time, and it is especially difficult now, especially with the holiday season coming up. But keep in mind, with the present state, people are not going to be going out and shopping like they used to. The malls aren't going to be packed. A lot of people are going to do their holiday shopping online. So you want to be in front of them for as much time as possible. So this way, hopefully they convert and end up purchasing your product over another product. There's also a really awesome kind of camaraderie feel in general right now. So a lot of people want to support those local businesses and those smaller businesses because they realize that they're having a difficult time. So if you guys are not running ads right now, I'm going to say that you are seriously, seriously missing the boat on some potential sales and potential conversions. So let's just go through some of the steps of how to focus your ads and get the biggest bang for your buck. Because one of the other things that people say to us, they're not really sure how much they should spend on their ads. And you can watch last week's Coffee Talk where Michelle went over how much you should spend on your ads. But now I'm going to tell you how, once you figured out your budget, how to put that budget to the best use. So first, you want to identify your avatar, and we've talked about this, over the course of basically every topic. You want to determine who your ideal client is, and it's not going to be everyone. You have to really kind of focus it down to a small market. So this way, if you're advertising to them, then you're getting the most out of your money. So they're more likely to convert as opposed to spreading it over a wide range. So you want to identify your avatar. So that's going to be gender, that's going to be age, demographics, like what type of behaviors do they do? What interests do they have? Do they like things like coffee, a coffee lover? Maybe if I have specialty mugs or glassware or something like that, I'm going to put into my ads people who are interested in coffee because I interact with Starbucks a lot. So I would then probably see that ad for the mug. So identifying your avatar, and not just the basics of, male, female, age range, and geologic location, but what are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are their pain points? What are they struggling with right now? And how can you position yourself to solve that issue? So you also want to keep in mind, when you're doing these avatars, you're going to have more than one generally. And that's because it's going to identify where they're at within the buying process. So in any given market, there's about 3% of people who are ready to buy right away. So you say, hey, I have this product. They say, great, I want that product. I'm buying it. Then there's about another 15% that know that they need something that's similar like your product, but they're not quite sure if it's exactly your product. So that's going to be a separate avatar because those people you're going to want to speak to a little differently. So make sure that you're identifying which avatar is associated to which part of the buying process. And you also want to be cognizant of where you're targeting. So I just had this conversation with someone the other day that we're going to be running an ad campaign for, and she doesn't have the biggest budget. And so we talked about geological location. Where are you going to target? Who do you want to reach? And she brought up New York City, Manhattan. I advised against that because your dollars are not going to spread very far if you're going into Manhattan because it's a highly densely populated area. but we can find specific towns within Long Island that you're more that you're better off focusing your dollar amount on. So this way you will get put in front of more people. So it's the difference. You want to think about the difference of, okay, it would be great to get into Manhattan and maybe that's somewhere down the line, but right now I really want to get the most return for my dollar. So I'm going to focus on small little areas. Good morning, Fred. Thanks for tuning in. So once you're identifying your avatars and where they're at in the buying process, you're going to start to set up your ad campaigns. Now, there's 3 levels to the marketing funnel. There's awareness, consideration, and conversion. And you're going to want to set up ads for each one of those steps. So level 1 is the awareness stage, and that's going to be with your broadest amount of people. And you're going to lose people along the way, but that's okay because you're starting to really narrow down who is going to purchase from you. So like I said, that awareness stage is going to be the most amount of people. And that is where you're going to, 1, hook your 3% of people that are ready to buy and purchase right away. But you're also going to want to focus on that 15% of people who aren't really sure if your product is the one for them. So maybe you want to make an ad that is a hard sell for your product or service right off the bat. And that's going to capture your 3% of people. And then you're going to have another ad that is going to be more educational. So this way you can start to kind of mold the minds of the people who think that they may want to purchase or are unsure if they want to purchase or if it's exactly your product that they want. So you really want to focus in this stage on educating and awareness. So that 3% of people, you can say, hey, I have this product. It's awesome. And they'll say, great, wonderful, I want to purchase it. Or you want to engage people and say, hey, have you ever thought of this problem? Well, this is how we can solve that. So educating and engaging your audience is what you want to do in this awareness phase. And don't be kind of taken aback that you don't get a ton of people off the bat. I actually just had somebody come up to me the other day who we ran ads for about 2 years ago. And he said that he can track one of his clients back to an ad that they saw back then. So you are planting this seed to potentially drive to purchase or conversion. So video ads are an awesome way to do this. Also carousel ads, anything that invokes your target market to interact with your ad, because that's really what you're trying to do. You're trying to pull them in so this way you can retarget to them down the line. And remember, it's not a one size fits all. You're not just going to have that blanket statement across the board because you do have different people in 3 different phases. You have the people who are ready to purchase. You have the people who might want to purchase, they're not really sure, and the people who have no idea about you or your product or your service. So make sure that you're gearing your ads and you're running separate ads to focus to each one of those individuals. Then you're going to go to the next set, which is the consideration phase. And that's where you really want to push your offer. So this is going to be targeted towards people who have maybe interacted with one of your ads previously, have interacted with your Facebook page. And so they're showing some type of interest in your product or your service. And that is going to be where you're pushing your offer. So in that consideration phase, and that's really geared to that 15% of people that we're trying to pull in. So what you want to do is look back at your first ads that you ran in your awareness phase and look at your demographics. See who it was that really engaged with your ad. And sometimes you'd be surprised that it's not the people that you thought would have. Maybe there's a skew in gender. Maybe there is a difference in age range that you didn't realize. So make sure that you're looking at those analytics and then switching up your audience to kind of really capture that 15% and then pushing your offer to them. And you also want to look at the types of ads that people engaged with in that first round, in that awareness stage, because that is going to determine your voice and your verbiage for this second round of ads. So you want to be able to present your ad the second time around in a way that your target market seems like they perceive it best. And that's why we love to look at those analytics from that first ad. Fred, you have your tire kickers, your test drivers, and your buyers. That is a perfect example of the awareness stage. So when you run your awareness ads, that's why it's super, super important to really nail down those first set of ads, because it's really going to be indicative of what happens after that, kind of the trickle down. So you want to present the offer in your consideration stage, but you want to alter your target audience to embody the analytics that we found in the awareness stage. So this way, you know, maybe we're narrowing down our age range, or maybe we're broadening it out. So that's what you're going to do in the second level of the consideration phase. And that's where you're going to push your offer. You know, maybe it's a holiday campaign or whatever it may be, but you want to continue narrowing down your target demographic. And then finally, in the third stage, which is your conversion stage, we're going to use retargeting campaigns. So that is taking all of the data, all of the analytics that we learned from the first and second phases, and putting it into this third phase, because now we're targeting people who really just need that final push to convert. I personally have experienced this lately. I looked up a curling iron and I didn't purchase, but I just, you know, scrolled around. All of a sudden, of course, I'm getting ads on my Facebook and my Instagram. And after seeing those ads time and time again, finally, I was like, okay, I'm buying this. This is what I'm purchasing now. So sometimes you need to just give that final push to get people to convert. So in the conversion stage, the last one, you're going to do retargeting ads. Now, this is people who have engaged with your social profiles, people who have visited your website, have taken an action on your website. And that is going to be where you pick up those kind of last bit of breadcrumbs. The people that maybe dropped off along the way that you didn't really capture yet. And you're really going to drive the sale. And how you're going to do that is by saying, you know, having a little bit of exclusivity, having a call to action that is time sensitive. So you want to focus on a sense of urgency, exclusivity. You want to validate the fact that they need this. They need this offer. They need this product. They need this service, whatever it may be. And that's how you're going to finally like kind of hook them for the sale. So using these along the using these ideas and this kind of set to run these 3 different ad campaigns, you could do this with your holiday ads. And you don't want to think about your holiday ads just being right now. You can run a one-off ad and you will get that 3% of people and you will get those conversions on that front, but you're not really going to see that pan out over time. So with your holiday ads, you want to grab that 3% now to get those conversions, get those dollars, but you also want to think about the long term and how this is going to trickle down. And you can start to capture people with your holiday ads, but then have them convert over time. And you're doing this by narrowing down your areas that you're running your targeted ads. So this way you're capturing people, you're grabbing onto them, and then you're pushing the sale over time and not just for your holiday right now. But because a lot of people are going to be online and a lot of people are going to be online shopping, you'll probably get a nice big boost, and maybe even more than 3% of the people, because everyone's kind of in a buying mood right now. So I would definitely push some holiday ads right now and then use that over time to foster and create relationships. So this way people will purchase over time. Now, I said we had a really awesome offer if you stuck to the end. So thank you all for sticking to the end. So we are actually running ourselves a holiday offer right now. If you guys are interested in running targeted Facebook and Instagram ads, we are offering a 15% discount for the next month. So if you guys are interested in having a meet with us and discussing your holiday ad campaigns and having us run them for you, feel free to reach out, DM us, email us, fill out our contact form on our webpage, however you want, get in touch with us. But we are offering a 15% discount for this next month. So we hope to hear from a bunch of you guys, and we would love to help you guys get more sales this holiday season. All right, guys, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. And thank you all for tuning in to Coffee Talk Tuesday. And I hope you all have a phenomenal Thanksgiving and a really great rest of your week. Bye.